Hey, what's up guys, the Baltic here, bringing you guys another bombastic video, and a lot of people have been asking me where did I get my knife, M9 Bayonet Slaughter, and actually I traded my M9 Bayonet for a Bayonet Tiger Tooth, and it was a pretty good trade actually, but I guess you still want to know how did I get my knife, because it's pretty expensive. It's like 325 euros right now, something like that. And if I would want to sell it for keys, I would probably get like 120 keys for it or something like that. But anyway, before I get right into the topic, I want to talk about a few other things, and if you want to skip right to the topic, you can just click the annotation on the screen. But anyway, basically I got this one game on Faceit a few days ago, and it ended up being a very long and intense game. I played okay-ish in that game, and I was wondering if you guys wanted to see it. And I mean, it's probably going to take a long time to upload it, but because it's actually like a Faceit game, I didn't actually record my point of view. I only got the Faceit demo, and because it's a Faceit demo, you would actually be able to hear both teams' communication. Like, you would be able to hear what my team said in game, and you would also be able to hear what the enemy team said in game. And sometimes, like, I would say something, and at the same time the enemy would say something, so you would probably not be able to tell who is saying what at some parts of the match. So that's not ideal, but nonetheless, I'm just wondering if you guys wanted to see the match, because it was pretty intense, if you ask me. And also, I wanted to tell you guys that I deranked from the Global Elite, and that's mainly because I was playing like shit, and I'm still playing like shit. I totally deserve my derank. I'm actually surprised I'm still Supreme, I'm not Lem, but because I'm losing everything I could possibly lose, and I'm playing like shit, to be honest. And once I get my playstyle straight, once I get my gameplay straight, I might actually get back to Global Elite. I think I will get back to Global Elite once I get out of this slump, or however you want to call it. But yeah, anyway, just wanted to let you guys know that I've been playing like shit lately, and yeah. So whatever, let's get right into the commentary topics. So where did I get my knife? And I actually got my first knife back in 2014 fall, and I think it was, I actually don't remember whether it was September or October, but I bought an M9 Bayonet Boreal Forest battle scarred, and at the time it was about 70 euro, and I remember that at first I liked the knife a lot. I thought it was pretty cool, but as the time went on, I got tired of it and I wanted to trade. I traded it for a Bayonet stained battle scarred, and I liked this knife a lot, and looking back, it's still one of my favorite knives of all time, just because, I mean, there's just something about it that looks very cool, and I wouldn't mind having it right now as well. But basically, I had this knife for a very long time. I think it was like a month, but I was trying to trade it all the time and nobody really wanted it, probably because it was a low tier bayonet and it was battle scarred. And one day I actually made offers to a lot of people, and one of them ended up trading with me. I traded my bayonet stained battle scarred for an M9 Bayonet Knight battle scarred, and back when I first got my Boreal Forest battle scarred, I thought the Knight battle scarred looked just incredibly good, but when I actually got the knife, I didn't like it that much, and I was looking to trade it as soon as possible. But while I was trying to trade my M9 Bayonet, I actually bought an Asimov battle scarred, and I ended up trading the Asimov for this gut knife right here, and I made quite a bit of profit on that trade actually. I made like 10 euros or something, because gut knife was going for about 40 euros and the Asimov was about 30. And actually later I ended up trading this gut knife for a Vulcan field tested and a Cyrex field tested, so I made quite a bit of profit over there as well. Anyway, moving on, I was able to trade my M9 Bayonet Knight for a Karambit Safari Mesh minimal wear, and I had to add a few keys, and that's just because the Karambit was a little more expensive, and I didn't keep the Karambit for a very long time, and that's just because I got a very nice offer. I got an offer for a Bayonet case hardened minimal wear, which was like 160 euros, while the Karambit Safari Mesh was only about 120. So this was probably one of the most profitable trades I've ever made. But after playing a few matches with this bayonet, it kinda got boring, and I don't know, I just don't like most case hardened knives. and bayonet is definitely not the one I like the most, so let's put it that way. And later on I was able to trade my AK Vulcan and M4 Cyrex for this Gut Knife Slaughter. I guess it was, yes, it was field tested, right, I remember, it was field tested. And after about a week I was able to trade both of my knives, bayonet case hardened minimal wear and Gut Knife field tested slaughter, for a bayonet slaughter, which at the time was one of my dream knives, and it was field tested. It didn't look the best, but looking back right now, it was actually a pretty cool knife. I was enjoying the knife a lot, and it had quite a unique pattern, and it didn't have a diamond or an angel or a phoenix or whatever, but it was definitely unique. It wasn't your average bayonet slaughter. And later on I ended up trading it for a Karambit Blue Steel well worn. I had to add a few keys, obviously, because the Karambit was more expensive, and I didn't like the knife too much because, like, the knife didn't have a clean blade. It had these black dots in the middle, and it just looked kinda worn. But because I liked Karambit and I just didn't like the way blade looked on this well-worn version, I traded it up for a field-tested Blue Steel, which was actually fantastic. And I got a pretty rare pattern as well. It was almost a fully green blade, and it was incredibly good. It is probably like in top 3 of my favorite knives of all time. And too bad I didn't keep it for too long. I got an offer for an M9 case hardened factory new, and I traded it for it, and it was a huge mistake. Like, this knife is incredibly hard to trade, but if you look at it right now, it actually looks pretty cool. It's definitely one of the best looking knives I've owned, and because it's case hardened, it's extremely hard to trade, and I ended up overpaying to get a flip knife StatTrak field tested factory new. And I gotta say the knife was pretty nice, but because it's StatTrak, it wasn't easy to trade as well, and it wasn't a full fade, it was like 85% or something like that. And it's a flip knife. Nobody really likes flip knives when it comes to high tier trading. Most people prefer bayonets or karambits or M9s or that kind of stuff. So I made another huge mistake. I traded it for a factory new case hardened StatTrak flip knife. And I had this knife for about a month, I think even longer than a month, because nobody really wanted it. Like, if I remember correctly, at the time I had this knife, there were only 3 or 4 in existence. It was 4, yes, it was 4 knives in existence, and nobody really wanted it, even though it was that rare. I think the buyout, I set the buyout at the start very high, and later on I lowered it to like 140 keys or something like that, but nobody really wanted to pay it, so I ended up trading it for a flip knife StatTrak fade again, and this time it was full fade, or if you look at it right now, like, I'm not an expert in fades, but to me it looks like a full fade. Maybe it's not full fade, maybe it's like 99%, 95, something like that. But after about a week of having this StatTrak flip knife fade, the old owner of the knife came to me and said that I fucking scammed him, that I gave him a knife which nobody wants. And to be honest, I kinda felt bad for the guy, because that case hardened I had was extremely hard to trade. But anyway, moving on. I traded my flip knife StatTrak for a butterfly slaughter minimal wear, which had an angel or a phoenix pattern. I'm not an expert in slaughter patterns, but you can see the pattern on the screen. It was pretty beautiful. It was, I like the knife, to be honest. I like the knife quite a lot, but I traded this butterfly slaughter minimal wear and then Asimov field tested for an M9 slaughter minimal wear, and at the time I traded it, there weren't many M9 slaughters on the market. The only M9 slaughter on the market you could get was field tested, and this was minimal wear, so it was extremely rare. Like, if you look at the market right now, there are tons of M9 slaughters minimal wear, and you can buy them for the market price, but at the time, I guess this knife was about 360 euros, so it was above the market. I had this knife for a very long time, like, I don't remember exactly, but I think it was 2 or even 3 months. I might be mistaking, but I think it's the knife I had for the longest time. One day I just decided I'm tired of this knife. I've had it for a very long time, and even though it's one of my favorite knives in the game, I want a different knife right now, and I ended up going on CSGO Lounge and posting a trade, M9 bayonet slaughter minimal wear for a bayonet tiger tooth factory new. And to my surprise, there was actually a guy who wanted to do the trade, and I made about 20 euro profit, 20 or 25 euro profit, because my bayonet slaughter was actually like dropping in price rapidly. And at that time I traded it for the bayonet tiger tooth. It was like 300 euros or something like that. Sometimes even it went for 290. But the bayonet tiger tooth, as I said in the beginning of the video, is 325 euros. So I made quite a bit of profit over there, and overall I like the bayonet tiger tooth, even though I like the M9 bayonet tiger tooth a lot more, and I am looking to trade up even more. And right now I don't really have that many items to add to like trade up, but I might do it in the future. And how much money did I spend overall on getting this knife? A lot of money. Like most of the time I was trading up my knife, I added some stuff to make up for the values. To be honest, I think I made just minimal profit while trading in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Like, I'm not the best trader out there, and I don't understand how people make profits with every trade they do. And it's probably about luck and finding the right people to trade with, like I said in one of my previous videos, but I'm just not a lucky person, let's put it that way. And a lot of people were actually wondering if I unboxed the knife, and no, I didn't unbox it. I've opened about 20 cases in my Counter-Strike career, and I've only gotten blues in these cases and not a single stat track, so that's the worst possible drops I could get. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and let me know down below in the comment section what was the most profitable trade you've ever made in the Counter-Strike Global Offensive. But yeah, it's pretty much it for this video. Hope you all enjoyed it. It's been the Commentator, and I'll see you all later. Peace out.